super nice out, huh? Super nice out. So it looks like Mount Helena is actually clear, but we're gonna go to the Scratchgravels because my legs, I probably shouldn't push it. My legs and my foot feel pretty good today, so I think I actually might do a little bit of running. And I won't be able to do that on, what are you doing? Yeesh. Get a little closer. So we're gonna go out there where it's like flat-ish. Well, Mount Helena does look tasty, and tasty not like, ooh, that looks like it'll taste good. Tasty. It looks tasty as in something fun to do. Grab old Riley this morning. Riley dog. Take her along, huh? But because we're gonna be watching her for the weekend. But we can't go pick her up until this afternoon, so we'll have her tonight. Yeah, we'll grab her before we go to the gym, and then we can hit 10 Mile after that. Yeah. What is going on? Something's going on with my camera again. How did I fix that last time? Oh, we need to go this way. I don't remember how we fixed that, because that's unfortunate. How did we fix that? What? I haven't changed any settings. It must have did an update and I didn't notice. Because a lot of times when it does an update, then it resets all the settings. So I don't know what's going on, but it's going all freaking... what's that movie with the one dude, the bald dude? Where he's like fighting the necromancers. Whatever that movie is. That's what it makes me think of, because that's how they see things. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the camera's being all weird. Because I have literally not changed anything, so I don't know why all of a sudden it's doing that. And I noticed that it did that before. What was it, like a month and a half ago? And I was able to go in and change a setting that fixed it. I haven't changed any settings, so I don't know why all of a sudden it's doing it again. I didn't put sunglasses on because I can't see very good. It is bright out. There is like hardly any clouds in the sky. The good news is I was able to find her dog food, so I don't have to drive down to Bozeman to pick it up anymore. Yeah, you got a whole bin full of food now. What are we looking at? What? Just a lady walking down the street. You little nosy butt. I don't know what her deal is. She's like... It's like she should look at the person like she knows them. I guarantee you don't know that person. Surrounding mountains definitely got dumped on. Like I see there's still a little bit of residual snow on top of Mount Helena, but pretty much everything that is like more exposed is melted. Because it did warm up a little bit yesterday afternoon, and it got the sun came out at the weather app, it was supposed to like snow even throughout the night when I checked yesterday morning. Well, then it like just broke up. The clouds broke up. There was like still like some snow squalls moving through every now and then, but it was pretty much mostly sunny after like 2 o'clock yesterday. Oh yeah, cool. It's the Popo. That cool. That cool. It's like, what? Act like an ass? Okay. What, are you racing me? You can't race this. Even though you have the exact same vehicle as me. Except you probably have the Eco Boost. I wish I had the Eco Boost. I really wish I had a 2023 versus the 2021. And at this point, I can't like get rid of this and get a newer one because I just don't have the money or the funds. Because I have the 2021 and the 2021 and 2022 have horrible transmission issues, which mine does too, because it actually had multiple recalls on it for the transmission, but none of the recall fixes really fixed anything. And so my transmission is on its last legs, I can tell. Like, it just does little things, but I'm like just, limping it along. I don't drive all crazy. Like, if I was to frickin' drive like most people do, where they pretend everything, like they stole the vehicle, like drive it like they stole it, my transmission would have failed a long time ago. Now, me putting my bigger tires and everything, so my tires are heavier and harder to spin and all that, has definitely not helped. But they fixed all that in the 2023 version. In fact, I was doing a lot of research, and you can get a remanufactured transmission, 2021 transmission, for fairly cheap, as far as like transmissions are concerned. But most people recommend just putting the 2023 in it, because it still bolts on the same. At the point now, I have almost 200,000 miles on this thing. The engine isn't going to last much longer either, so like what do I do? So like I said, I'd rather have the EcoBoost engine, which they offered in 2021, but you couldn't find them. Not in this type of van. Because the EcoBoost is basically the same motor as what I have with a turbo on it. So it has an extra 60 horse or 80 horse, something like that, which would definitely be handy. Although if I had the EcoBoost with my current transmission, I guarantee that thing would have been destroyed a long time ago. Backcountry back there got dumped on. That's where most of the snow squalls were. Well, over there in the backcountry or up on the Elkhorn Mountains. Scratchgravels didn't get crap. Like, it had a dusting when we were out there yesterday morning. You could see a dusting of snow up on the top, 500 feet of the mountain. But up a little bit because I think it got up to about 38, 39 degrees yesterday. Gosh dang, that dude like freaking floored it. Guy that was turning off of the other street, he had to wait for me to go by, but then he was trying to he had to time it to get through traffic, so like I barely made it through the intersection. He floored it to get across the road. Damn near rear-ended me. Like, dude, I had to slow down to 25 to go around the corner. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Gym last night. I did super lightweight. I didn't even do as much as I normally do. Why am I getting messages? Tornado leaves something, some weather app notification. I didn't turn those off. I had them on because it was nice to get the weather alerts, type of stuff, but it keeps giving me notifications of freaking things happening in the southeast or across on the other side of the world. I don't care. If it's bad enough, I'll see it in the news anyways. I figure out a better way to mount that over there. You see that right there? That's my Wi-Fi bridge, so I can have internet in my apartment when I'm parked over in the garage. Works pretty good. It's not like the best, but as long as I'm not trying to play like Fortnite or something, it does okay. Because then you're talking like too much ping. It's really laggy. For just doing normal stuff, I can watch TV, like stream TV, that kind of stuff. It works fine. Like it'll buffer a little bit, like on YouTube. Twitch is awful. Like the buffer on Twitch is horrible, but on YouTube it's not bad. Babysitting Riley all weekend, which will be fun. Tomorrow, I think we might. Probably won't stream tomorrow morning because we might go do like something back further, a lot more like something. Well, yeah, I think we should be okay with the way how it snowed and everything. We should be fine to get some of the back country stuff. Right there in my eyeballs. But the weather's supposed to be pretty decent until next weekend, or well, what would it be? What is today? Today is the 6th, so 4 days from now, so actually Tuesday. Supposed to be good until Tuesday, or like Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, and then we're supposed to get like just dumped on again around like, I don't know you for that. We don't need the radio on, and she just jacked as well. But 37 and sunny, yeah. 37 and sunny. it's about 5.5 miles, but there is nobody out here. And it doesn't look like it's as muddy as I thought it would be. Like this road I thought would be just sloppy mud, and it is not muddy at all. So maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. Perch. Put the brake on so I don't go into the fence. Here we go. I don't know how my camera is like down to 40% charge, and I don't know how, because I had it plugged in all night last night. And I was not on my phone this morning, so I don't get it. Why did it not charge? That's what I don't get. Wow, it is bright out. The sun is shining right into our faces. Yeah, right into our faces. And I was worried it was going to be super windy out here. But there's a breeze, you know, probably 10 mile an hour breeze, but it's not too bad. Because it was blowing in Helena. Like, it was coming down pretty good. But it's like 10 to 20 here. Go ahead. I'm going to put long sleeve on and a different coat on. I brought the puffy just in case it was going to be super windy and cold, but not too bad. Just going to put this long sleeve. I probably don't even need the long sleeve really, but we're going to put it on anyways. Yeah, sunglasses. Actually, it's pretty comfortable, just the long sleeve on. Do I even need my coat? I better, because it'll be cold on the other side of the mountain, in the shady part of the mountain here. Those clouds are freaking booking it. The whatever those are, cumulus that are coming over the ridge, the Continental Divide. They are booking it. Doody-doo-doody-doo. We're going to the gym tonight, but it's probably gonna, I guarantee it's gonna be busy there tonight, because I didn't even think about the fact that it is drill weekend for the National Guard and most of the Army Reserve out there on the military base, and even the Navy Reserve and Marine Corps Reserve that's out there too. Actually, I think the Marine Corps Reserve does it later in the month, if I remember right. Whew. Do I want to wear this hat or a different hat? I don't know where my other hat is at that I was thinking about wearing. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. I'm gonna wear this one. And we're gonna wear the black gloves because my hands will get cold. Definitely wearing the heavier gloves. Nahri is actually, for once, being fairly patient. Let's turn on our distance. Whoa. Distance. There we go. Now she's coming back. She's like, what are we doing? And cameras. Change. There we go. And since my battery's already almost dead, we're going to plug it in now. I don't remember if I charged my gimbal. Hopefully we did. There we go. Okay, should be good. Here comes somebody down the road. Get ready to show up. Like I said earlier, surprising that nobody was out here, but that's actually pretty nice out here. Wind definitely has a bite. When we get up over here, it's going to be windy. We're going to go around this way because there's a chance we might continue on and go around and come back from the other direction. Because it is, oh man, it's going to make me have to run. This guy needs to be coming here probably. Alright, come on. Nahri, come on. Let's go. Doing other than taking on the fucking other dog. Oh, he's going up to the other parking lot now. Here I was like, gosh dang it, I have to run. I'm not warmed up yet. I was hoping to get to the top of this hill before I have to be able to run. Now, my foot feels so good today, which is why I will be running a little bit. That's also why I probably shouldn't be running, because after we get done, I probably not feel good. Oh, I need to hit this. Why is that? Gosh dang it. My freaking dashboard disappeared on me. Because in order for me to change my camera view, I have to hide my dashboard. And then I forget to hit the button to bring my dashboard back. Because otherwise I can't see like what my network connectivity is. Is anybody even watching? Like, at a minimum I should have. Well, I was going to say I should have one person watching, but isn't always the case. Because Stream Elements is usually, it pops up on my dashboard as a viewer, but it doesn't show like on Twitch or YouTube. And so if it says 0, then I question the fact that, am I actually live? Because sometimes even when my dashboard says I'm live, I'm not live. And then I'll just be going on my day, on my stream. It says I'm pushing like 4 megabytes, and then all of a sudden it just crashes, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't live actually. Like my dashboard isn't getting the update from whatever. And that's when I know. It's like the route I like to do in Mount Ascension is that way. I know when I'm about ready to crash, because we'll get on that backside where there is 0 network connectivity, and I'm still somehow pushing 4 megabytes, and I'm like, I know that's not true, and it's just because my dashboard hasn't gotten a signal back from the Prism server. So like right here, I'm down to like 1.6 megabytes. I know that's true because the signal goes in and out. It is weird to me though that here I am pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. There's 0 cell towers over this direction. On the other side of this little ridge in the valley over there, there's a cell tower. But all the cell towers are over here in the Helena Valley. And I still somehow am pushing, well now I'm pushing 4 megabytes again, where a lot of the trails on Mount Ascension where I'm like right next to town, not even out of town, no obstructions, anything, and I lose network connectivity. Like it makes 0 sense. And even on the streets, there's like a 4-block section, and I'm pretty sure it's because they have some sort of jammers. There's probably some state government building there where they have like a jammer of some sort. Because I go through there in the middle of downtown where we have, you know, you're 2 blocks away from a freaking 5G tower. And I will lose signal for like 4 blocks, no matter what. When I'm streaming, like my phone says I have great cell service, but my network connectivity goes to 0, like blackout. So you can talk on the phone, but like data connectivity, you'll lose. So I'm guessing if you were to like be streaming, like watching something on your phone too, it'd probably black out as well. I don't have any races this year until next fall, because man, this lack of doing anything really is definitely affecting my fitness. Running up and I'm like, whoo, man, kicking my ass. I think the new Brooks Cascadia Elites are out now. It's March. And I saw one of my friends posted thing on his Instagram that he had them, and he's with, quote, definitely worth the money, or definitely worth the cost, I guess. But, you know, because he does the same type of work as I do, just more professional level. So he could have got those for free by doing a Brooks product shoot of some sort. So you never know. But and then it was funny after Black Canyon. So one of the other videographers I used to work with all the time
He now works for the company full time as their digital like media content person. And like it got to the point where he was having trouble like keeping up. He's relying like multiple photographers and stuff out on the course, and then they have to bring him all the stuff, and then he has to do all the editing and all that. It's like he really needs another person dedicated to be with him. And it's like one of my other videographer buds like proposed the idea of, you know, what if I just go around with him and do all this stuff, and you know, and we work as a team. And I think that is like, to do what they're trying to do, that is like a great idea, great decision. Definitely what the company needs. But will they actually do it? Probably not. Woo-wee. And really, what they should do is maintain it's kind of, so here's the bad part about it. So you have the overarching company, which is umbrellaed under Airvipa, like is Airvipa. For a lot of their races, they have, well, for all of their races, they have their own like set of photographers, social media people, all that kind of stuff. Well, then some of the Airvipa races, so the other company that's umbrella underneath them is Mountain Outpost. And Mountain Outpost, some of the Airvipa races, Mountain Outpost does the live broadcast and covers and all that kind of stuff. So then Mountain Outpost, for their own side, has their own set of photographers and social media person and all that kind of stuff. So it's like you're doing double the work on some of these races. And I get why, you know, they're trying to increase the exposure for Mountain Outpost. But it's like you could just upload a lot of this stuff into the same Google Drive and everybody share it instead of doubling your costs. But I mean, I get it, because Mountain Outpost also does a lot of races that do not fall under the Airvipa umbrella, so they have to have their own people. It's just, say, cost effective wise, you could definitely be more efficient at certain races. But they put like one or two producers on their staff, which I get. Better to have them on the payroll. It's easier that way. But I'm like, you know, you could put, if you put somebody like me on staff, then one, not only do you lock me in, basically contract me for all of everything that you want, some drone footage, I can capture video footage, I can do still photography, but I'm not like the best at it. They definitely, someone would have to do some color correction on any of my photos, which is done most of the time anyways. Nobody's posting raw photos. But it's like, you know, they're trying to do news, like Mountain Outpost is trying to basically report on everything out there. Well, imagine if you gave me media credentials and I just show up at another race and capture footage, like video footage, not still footage. But I don't think they would want to spend that kind of money, because now you're talking like travel costs, stuff like that. I mean, the nice thing is you give me media credentials, and my drone I have has prop guards on it, so I can even fly, capture footage in places other people can't. Just depends on the race and the type of media credentials I get. But whoo-wee. Excellent weather for, oh sorry Raccoon, I just now noticed. Foot must be feeling better. It is feeling a lot better. Like I can't even feel it today. I didn't feel it really yesterday either. But occasionally I would, like when I throughout the day, you probably can't even hear me right now because the signal sucks right here. Whoo-wee. I'm looking at chat, so I would. I'm getting pretty sweaty though. Probably shouldn't have put my long sleeve on. I should have just rocked the coat. Even though, it feels, I think the real feel is like, gotta be 10 degrees warmer than it really is. Oh, you can hear for now. Well, now the signal looks like it's coming back to. Whew. It's starting to get sweaty though, and I definitely do not need to get drenched in sweat with this chilly wind, that's for sure. Freaking get hypothermic or something. Have icicles hanging off of me. Whew. It's 60 there? Dang. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. God dang. Awesome weather. Yeah, it's like 37 here. That real feel must be in the mid 40s. I don't know what the high is supposed to be today. Because I know there's a cold air mass. So even though it's like way nicer out and that sun is out, I guess besides the winter isn't over yet. Yeah, well, that's how it is here. It was like last week the weather was great, and then we had the winter storm shoot through yesterday. There's another one that's supposed to hit us on Tuesday, I think, where we're supposed to get, like I was saying earlier, like down here in the valley probably won't get maybe a dusting of snow, but like in the mountains around us, 2 to 3 feet. So that'll be good, especially because it's going to hit like down by Big Sky, where they're like way below their average for the year. Is supposed to get 2 feet. Like even Bridger Bowl, like just outside of Bozeman, so Bozeman would get hit. I don't know how much, but they'll definitely get hit. But they're also 1,000 feet higher than we are here. But even like Bridger is supposed to get 1.5 feet. And then you get north of here, about 60 miles, and they're supposed to get dumped on with 3 feet. And they're above average for snowfall. It's just kind of crazy. It just depends on where you're at in the state. Around here, I don't remember winter being as cold as it was that year. See, here it was warm, which is actually like the whole western US has been that way. It is, but that's normal for what is it, a La Nina year? That's normal. It's usually a little bit warmer, but we usually, because it's warmer, that means we usually get more snow. And this year we've been warmer with no snow. Whew. Like up in interior British Columbia and Alberta, the Northern Rockies in Alberta have been getting hammered. They're above snowpack as well. It's just that is usually right around where we're at. It's just been going up and over. Same thing with Colorado. They're severely below what their pack average is. And they're the same because usually the systems come down from Canada through us straight to Colorado in a La Nina pattern, but it's just been too warm. So a lot of places have been getting moisture, been getting rain, but that doesn't help for the rest of the year. We need a snowpack. Should warm up consistently, then it's race season. Great for skiers, yeah. Well, I'm excited that they're getting more snow down by Big Sky, because that's where my FKT is. And the way this year has been looking so far, my FKT would be under risk of being beaten because it'd be a good year to try and do it with a low snow year. Although I'd like to go and do it myself too, but I have so many other things I want to do that I just don't know if I'll be able to fit it in. There's a lot of other areas that last year I wanted to explore and I couldn't. Well, I mean I could, but I explored other areas instead. Whew. I need to sign up for some trail work this year too. I don't know which one I want to do because I see that the Continental Divide Coalition or Continental Divide Trail Coalition is hosting their own trail work parties in areas that I'd love to help work on. And then Wild Montana, which I usually do the trail work with, they're doing a section of the CDT over here where they're putting in a new trail in an area where I've always complained about, you know, the way that they've handled things here. They've had, this has been designated as a National Scenic Trail for what, like 40 years, 50 years? And at that time, they were chartered to be able to put in all these trails to complete the whole trail. And one of the worst places where they haven't done any of that is the National Forest District here. And this mountain called Greenhorn Mountain, which is like 10 miles away from here. They've always just been like, oh, there's a forest road that goes around the base of it. You can use that instead of just putting a trail in. And this year they're finally putting a trail in. So I'm like, oh, I'd love to do that one, but the timing doesn't work out. So I noticed they're doing some trail work on the Snowcrest again. In fact, part of the trail that I worked on last year even. That area was pretty cool, and that was a fun trip. So it's like, man, do I do that one again? Because that was a cool area and everything. I don't know, I gotta figure that out. They fill up fast, so I gotta figure it out fast. It's only the volunteer registration has been open for 3 days now. Well, 4 days, I guess. Today's Friday now. Because it opened, well, would that be 5 days? I don't know. It opened on Monday morning. And a lot of them are already filled up. And there's a wait list. Whew. Didn't give you much time to decide, no. And it's like that all the time. Every year. I mean, typically I sign up for something in August because I don't usually have a lot going on in August. But this year I might. So it's like, now granted, I'm not too concerned. Like usually I make sure I get signed up. Because if I'm going to race or put in for the Hard Rock Lottery, then you have a trail work requirement. Now, so if I just keep doing trail work, which I would do trail work anyways, but if you keep doing trail work, then every year, then I don't ever have to worry about it. But I I'm not going to be putting in for Hard Rock anymore. I told myself, like, I knew it was a long shot to try and get in. I started putting in 5 years ago. Most people put in for the lottery for like 12 years, 10, 12 years, like trying to get into Western. And until they get selected. But so I knew it was a long shot for me to get in. I was running Mogollon, or I was going to race Mogollon, so that I had a Hard Rock qualifier. And age, I wasn't going to do it anymore because I just wouldn't find the races enjoyable. And so next year I hit that magic age. So, you know, I'm just not going to put in anymore. Because I can still run the area, 2 days to run the course. But I'm not going to put in for the race anymore. So then it's like, I don't have to be as, I still enjoy doing trail work, and I believe in doing trail work, but I'm not as pressured now to make sure I get some trail work done, you know, type of thing. Whew. Oh, now we're in that other section where I'm like, why is my connectivity so crappy right here? Because I have line of sight of 2 different towers. Can't tell me these trees, which there's not a whole lot of them in between us and the line of sight, are blocking the cell service. Whew. Nahri loves this section, so I'm just trying to take it slow so she can explore. Because there's so many smells, and the trees are a little thicker. Ooh, that would be, look at that tree right there. That is like, if you had vaulted ceilings in your house, man, that'd be an awesome Christmas tree. Even this guy right here, it's like pretty symmetrical and everything. They're about probably 12 feet high. So once you trim it and everything, you'd easily be down to 10 foot probably. But you can't cut trees down here for Christmas trees. Even that little guy would be perfect for like a small apartment. Man, there's some nice Christmas trees here. Oh, I think I need to catch up to my dog. I was going slow because she was just running around exploring, but now she's left me in the dust. Gotta go catch her. Oh, I think she's chasing chipmunks. I just saw a chipmunk on the trail right here too. Oh, there she is. Like, I hear her up above me. She just came out in front of me down on the trail from the side of the mountain. Notice how uphill this section is right here. Like, it's not like super steep. Like, you're talking maybe a 4 to 6% grade. But in my current fitness level, whew, makes me work. The weather's better. At least you see you on the couch. That's funny. Last night after the gym, it's actually a surprise they didn't have a high wind warning in effect for this area. because man, it got windy late yesterday afternoon through, at least by the time I went to bed at like 9 o'clock. It was still just ripping out there. It was like 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and then gusting even faster than that. And there was no high wind warning, which makes me wonder if they like didn't know it was going to do that. Told them this weekend, well, they're going to hold you to it. But got done with the gym, and I was like, because after the gym, because she always has such good behavior anymore when she's waiting for me, sitting in the van waiting for me to get done in the gym. So we always treat her by taking her out at 10 Mile, because it's just right across the street, and do a couple miles out there. Because it was so windy last night, I was like, I don't see her really wanting to do much. I definitely didn't, but because I hate the wind. But she was just enjoying life out there. And it was really funny. I think of since the walk is good, cool down for all the mileage, yeah. I'm enjoying my walks at night out on 10 Mile with my dog. Because I don't run, I just walk. Well, last night, because it was so windy, there's that old video meme of the poodle. I think it was a poodle trying to take a poop in the backyard when it was like hurricane outside. Well, that's what it made me think of last night, because Nahri, we're out in the middle of the freaking 10 Mile, so there's like wide open, like freaking 40-mile-an-hour winds, and she's on the side of the trail trying to take a poop, and it's just windy. Her ears are flying like horizontal behind her, like the wind is like, she keeps having to shift her balance because it's trying to blow her over. It was pretty funny. Oh, she's taking off again. Try and keep up with her. She's not going too fast. She's just going a nice little trot. She doesn't want to miss anything. Oh, I do need to run by the hardware store. Let's see if we can get a couple items. I wish I would have grabbed, because I needed some bulbs. I didn't grab them before I left. I don't feel like going home and then taking out again. Which, I mean, I'm going to have to do this afternoon to go pick up old Riley dog and her travel bag and stuff, since she's going to be staying with us for the weekend. So we could, if I remember, I can do that then. Like there is, what, like 4 bulbs that are burned out in my condo that have been burned out since my tenant was there. Which at that point I was like, why didn't you tell me so I could change these bulbs out? There's at least 3 of them that I got to change. They're all like special bulbs. So I gotta I gotta pull the dead ones out. So I can take them in and match them up. And one of them is like super rare. I think the only place I was able to find it last time was at Lowe's. don't seem to last as long as the old bulbs. I agree. One of my bulbs, like the real like special one that is in my bathroom. Well, I have two in my bathroom. One is like the heat bulb in the shower, which I don't even know how to take that thing out. I've never had to change it. It's burnt out. But the other one is for like the vanity and stuff. You can't even get that in an LED. It has to be like an old school bulb. But even then, it could, well, I say old school, but it's like a halogen bulb. And it does not last that long. Like, lucky if those things last a year. And then there's one in my kitchen that's burned out. And I don't think I've ever changed them bulbs before either. So I don't even know what kind of bulbs you can get there. Whew. I'm not a big fan of, like, I love like warm glow anyways. And a lot of LEDs, I mean, some of them anymore you can get the warmer light, but most of them are like that bright white. I hate that. It's like I might as well just have giant freaking office type fluorescent bulbs in my condo. And I hate fluorescent bulbs because I can actually see the flicker on fluorescent bulbs. And like other people are like, no, you can't. You know, they'll be, like my old office out here at the military base out here, and I'd be in there and I just had a regular lamp that I would turn on. I'd leave my office lights off, and they'd be like, why don't you have your other light on? I'm like, because I can see the flicker and it gives me a headache. And I'd turn the light on and they'd be like, there's no flicker, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, maybe you just need to have a brain like mine because I can see it. I feel like car lights are like, yeah, well, those new like lights they have on vehicles are ridiculous. Their brights are the same as a normal, or their dims are the same as like a normal person's brights. And they're not bad if you're not directly in front. Like if you're off a little bit to the side, then yeah, it's not as bright. Yet the driver can still see. You know, right directly in front of them is nice and bright. But half the time it's like people are like right behind me in my van, which luckily I don't have like a rear view mirror. I only have side mirrors. But a lot of the rear view mirrors anymore have like the auto dimming function. My side mirrors don't have that, so I'm just getting freaking blinded. And then you have the ones that coming from the other direction when you're far enough away, like you are directly in front of them. It's just freaking blinding. And I have, because I'm prone to migraines, I have my eyes are sensitive to light anyways. That's why even when it's not that bright out, I'm usually wearing sunglasses. Whew. I think we got lucky that it's she's out here sniffing something. She's out here sniffing something. So the ground is frozen. Way muddier out here. You're on the bicycle train. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I was wearing my contacts, and I had the ones where you can leave them in for like 6 days, and then you have to take them out. And I had, all of a sudden, like me and my ex-wife, we were just on a little vacation trip, and I woke up one morning, my eye was just killing me, and it was super red and out. But by then, like it was just so bad, and blood cells tacked breathable contact lens on it, and like it took like 2 weeks for my eyeball to fix itself. And ever since then, I just get so worried about putting contacts in. So I was like, nope, not doing it. Really? Right in the middle of the trail? That is stinky. But I do notice my eyeballs still aren't that bad, because I can still make out really good detail. I mean, looking out on the side of the mountain and stuff. You'll heavily take your nerdy glasses? Yeah, me too. Like, I can make out details out there really good and close up too. Like right here, I can make out really good details. And one of my friends who does wear glasses, I'll be out here, like out here, like I specifically remember being out here one time. I'm like, oh yeah, you can see the ski hill, which is that white top right there. That's the ski hill. But we were out here in the middle of summer. Well, there you can see that there's a radio tower and some other stuff up there. And I was like, yeah, the ski hill's right there. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you can see the mountain with the well, I didn't say anything, but I guess we're feeling good enough that we're taking the long way back. So we'll be doing about 5.5. She took us right past the trail, and I usually rely on her to find this trail up here. I wasn't turning back there. I was like, no, I'm not turning back there. I almost just lost my tripod on my... I took my tripod base off my gimbal and had my vest, and all of a sudden I felt something, and it was almost popped out of my pocket. I mean, I have an extra one, but I like to use an extra one for other things. That's somebody different. This isn't the guy that drove in when we were leaving. There's the peppers too. Hello. Good one. Yeah, you too. No, I actually have to. I'll be gone during that time frame. I love that race. Yeah, you too. I do wish I could run that because I love that race. We might have passed it actually. We actually might have passed it. Did we pass it? Because I thought it was around this. I don't think we came all the way up here. It was probably right where that guy was. Oh no, it's right here. It's right here. Weirdo. Why didn't you? She would have just taken off this direction. I would have seen it. Which race? It's called the Don't Fence Me In. It's a local race, a very I don't know how to say it, like a local race that is pretty famous. It's been an institution here in Montana. It's put on by the Prickly Pear Land Trust, which is an organization that keeps buying up all this huge plots of private land in order to open it up for public use. So they lock it in so it can't be developed, I guess, basically. It's an awesome race because it's early enough in the year. Typically, well, I mean, it's in May, so it's not like super early. For Montana, it is, though. A lot of pro athletes will use it. Pro athletes in Montana, I should say. You get a few from out of state as well, but they use it as like their little rust buster, you know, to get back into race season. They used to have, but I love the 30K. The 30K is like, not only is it just about to be is a 30K, but it's a fundraiser. I've actually reached out to the organization to see if they want to live stream it and do like a fundraiser through like a live stream as well. So we'll see if that is the case then, because I'm supposed to be gone. It's right during Cocodona week, but I will just tell them that, you know, hey, I'm available, you know, through Wednesday, but after that, I have to leave. Because they won't need all the videographers for like Thursday, Friday. They just need like one. They even rented my equipment from me because I couldn't work it. They're like, well, you can't work it. Can we rent your equipment? So I even made money off of it last year and I wasn't even working it. I mean, this is at most a bike trail, but it's the only single track going up this direction, so that's why I like doing it. Whew. Yeah, I know. Nahri, why did you get that workout? Yeah. Well, I'm the one that chose it, so she was gonna keep going down the road. Luckily, I noticed the trail. But they last fall, oh gosh, I trip over a rock. I know they just bought like a huge plot of land over here somewhere that they're going to develop and open up to the public. And by develop, I mean put trails in. So I'm excited about that too. That piece of land butts with National Forest. 10 Mile where we go, it's across the street from the military base. That's owned by Prickly as well. They're doing some more development out on it. I'm a little confused what they're doing. They graded 2 big plots. By graded, I don't mean with like a motor, like a grader. I mean graded as far as flattened an area out with, I think it was a front end loader, but it's like, it makes me wonder what they're doing there. They're gonna have like some sort of little nature something or other, I don't know, like a little display, I don't know. One of them looks like, it might be both of them. One of them looks like they might be doing the surveying to put in a pit toilet, maybe. Because what's weird is the only pit toilet is even out on that park isn't even close to the main parking. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Like it's the opposite side of the park, which doesn't make any sense because like there's no parking like even close to over on that side, because that's close to the Spring Meadows State Park is your only access to that side of the park. So it's like, why did you put a pit toilet out there? Because it would have been them that put the pit toilet in after they bought the place, because it was just a farmer field before that. When I was stationed out here at the military base, the military affairs, so basically the post command out there, garrison command, I guess you call it, that had it, because it was just irrigated hay fields. The farmer that had it first offered it to the military base to buy it, to purchase it, to be able to develop it into a little training center. And the guy at the time that was the garrison commander didn't even take it up to his boss and everything for a decision. One, he didn't have the authority to make the decision, and he just said, "Nah, we don't want it," and passed it off. And then after it was too late, that's when Prickly Pear bought it. The deal was already made with Prickly Pear. Then the higher B's, his bosses, 2-star general and everything. This guy was just a lieutenant colonel, and the 2 stars and all that. Found out, it was like, what the hell, dude? Like, one, you didn't even have the authority to say no, and yes, we do want it. And so he ended up, that was the end of his military career, that lieutenant colonel. It was one of those where he would have been like totally kicked out of the military, but because he was close to his retirement, like close to his 20, then it's like essentially it takes an act of Congress to kick somebody out before they retire, when they're eligible for, would otherwise be eligible for retirement. Let's put it that way. Once you hit 18 years, like you're pretty much guaranteed you're 20. You have to do something really bad. Go through a court martial, all that kind of stuff, in order to get kicked out before then. And so it was, okay, we'll shove you in the corner of this office to where you can't do anything, do any more damage until your retirement. It was like a mess, yeah. This guy just thought he had more authority than he really did. And you see that a lot. It's like when I was back at, working back in DC, I had more authority than I really should have. I was the opposite. Here I was, a chief warrant officer, making decisions for all of the for all of National Guard Bureau, and it was like, you know, my boss, it was a lieutenant colonel, was like, well, my first boss, he understood the assignment, all that kind of stuff. But the new guy, he had just, his previous job before that was an inspector general. So you're trying not to, you know, you're investigating people getting into trouble, the processes and all that kind of stuff. And so then, you know, he came in and he was like, you can't make that decision. We got to take that back to Guard Bureau. And I'm like, sir, you're going to learn really quick that things going through Guard Bureau, you're talking like, because they're going to full on staff it, send it through the system. You're talking 4 to 6 months before a decision is made. By then, they've moved on and they made the decision for us because they didn't hear anything back. So there's a reason why people like me are back here, is because we are the subject matter experts. We have the experience and the knowledge. We just need to make the best decision and move on. And he learned really quick that was the case. It's like they would not have brought the people they brought back there to work in that special project if they didn't have the... What are they trying to keep in? That's like a electric fence. Because this is that section of private. There's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 little private lots right here sitting in the middle of this public land, which is weird. It's like, how did you even get that private land? But like, there's been a fence, but never an electrified fence. There's like 2 lines of electric fence there. They don't have cattle. So it's like, oh, okay, never mind. I get it now. You're able, because this is BLM land, and you're able to put cattle out here to lease the land. So that is probably to keep the cattle out of their land. That makes sense. Tape is everywhere. Yeah. Electricity way out there. Yeah. That would be why, because they are allowed to have cattle out here. Now I think I've only seen them maybe 1 or 2 times, and they're typically back in there further, but I guess they could wander. Yeah, I think this is a section that they can wander on. I just never seen them way over here. Because that's why we have those gates. If we go the other way, there's 2 gates that we have to go through and close behind us, is because there's allowed to be cattle. I don't think the cattle are here though, because now that I think of it, because there was that road that went off over that direction, just right before we hit the private lot here, it goes over that hill. There's a gate over there with a fence too, and that's on the section that they're allowed to have cattle. So I don't know, maybe they are allowed to have cattle over here and I've just never seen them. Probably because of the time of year, because I know when you lease, at least in Montana, when you lease areas like Forest Service or BLM to graze your cattle, like you have to rotate like certain times a year. You're allowed to have them in certain areas. So maybe when they're allowed to be here is when I'm, you know, gone. Maybe it's like July or June, July time frame. I'm always gone. Oh, she's moving again. I guess I better try to keep up. I was just letting her do her thing. I mean, we only got, what, half a mile to go? Just got to get to the top of this little ridge, and then we take it all the way down, which means it's going to be windy, because as you can hear the wind noise here, I'm feeling the breeze, and we're pretty well protected here. Once we get on top of this ridge and take the road all the way down, you're fully exposed. But like I said, it's not near as bad as it was yesterday, so I'm not complaining. And luckily she's goofing off back here so I can walk up this hill. Oh man, I hear her coming up behind us. There she goes. Little turd. You can't just give you this hill. Moving on the trail again, yeah. Whoo-wee. And over there's in the shade. Whoo, what are you rolling in? Hey! She's like, sorry, I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I wanted to anyways. Oh man. Look at the views. That's pretty cool. Like, I'd love to live out in that valley out there. But it is expensive. And I've said this in the past, but it's kind of funny. Like, there's people that live in Helena, which is, what, 6 miles that way. So that's maybe 10 miles away, maybe 12 miles away, that valley, or at least to get into that valley. And people will live in Helena their whole life, don't even know that valley over there exists. Because, like, you don't ever go that way. Unless you're taking the back way to Lincoln. Like, you never go, nobody drives that way. And the only people that are going to Lincoln are people that own cabins up there, or snowmobilers in the wintertime. That's about it. All the good views are expensive, yeah. Unfortunately. I had a buddy that, like, and it's funny because, like, 20 years ago, there's on this side of this ridge is all private land. Like, you can see one house right there. And one of my college buddies, who ironically is married to my cousin now, like, which is so weird. And I didn't even know about it. Like, I haven't talked to this guy in, 15 years or more now. But, like, I'll never forget when my other good friends from college that live in Minnesota now, and I stay in pretty good, no, I don't stay in good touch with them. I occasionally talk to them. I really need to go visit them this year. But, one of them, like, my friend Tara, she reached out to me and was like, oh, what do you think about Matt being married to your cousin? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you didn't know they got married? Like, got married? I'm like, I didn't even know he knew my cousin. But I've never been close to my cousins either. But out of all my cousins, she'd be one of them that I saw the most as a kid. But even then, it was like, I think, in my first 18 years of life, I probably only saw her maybe 3 times. It's kind of funny because, like, that means that whole fact means that she was going to college in Bozeman because she's the same age as me. I mean, she was going to college in Bozeman the same exact time I was there, and I never knew. Now, my buddy Matt, he didn't meet my cousin until probably like 7 years later, you know. It wasn't like because they were dating or whatever in college. It's just like a small world, I guess. I'll have to know. Yeah, I'm always that way. Like, even with my mom, who I talk to the most out of all of my family. And it's mostly just because, like, I love my mom, but all of my family is hard to be around. I am nothing like any of my family does. I always joke growing up that I was adopted. There was no way I was their kid, because I'm not like anything like them. Well, and now, you know, my dad passed away like 15 years ago, probably. And like my brother that lives in the same town as her treats her like crap. I don't know what his deal is. I have yelled at him recently for some of his shenanigans. But, so somehow on my mom's fan, I don't get it. Because for a long time there, I was like the one she saw the least out of anybody, just because I'm such a loner. But last year, when I was visiting her, and she was like, made some comment about she had knee surgery. I'm like, Mom, when did you have knee surgery? And she was like, you know, told me, and I'm like, why do you not tell me this stuff? And then, like, the next day, because I stayed like 3 days with her, and then the next day, she was talking about the shoulder surgery that she had as well. And I was like, what? When did you have shoulder surgery? She's like, well, I had to have shoulder surgery because when I was being discharged from the hospital for my knee surgery, I slipped out in their parking lot on some ice and hit the ground and damaged my shoulder, and then I had a shoulder surgery. I'm like, what the hell? What is going on? And it's like she'll just put like snippets, like little snippets of something like that every now and then. But then other things when I go and visit, it's like I'm hearing the same stories 20 times in a 24-hour period because she forgets that we've already talked about this. It's like your escapades of your medical stuff should be the thing you're talking 20 times about. Not like, oh, did you know, because she used to have 2 cats, and her older cat, she ended up having to be put down because it just had horrible medical stuff. Well, that cat was put down like 2 years ago, yet she keeps bringing it up like, oh, did you know so-and-so? Mom, I've seen you like 15 times since your cat got put away. Yes, I did know that. She's like, oh, okay, I didn't know. Well, this will be the first time when she says, I haven't seen you in forever, that she's actually accurate, because it's like last year, every time I go see her, I haven't seen you for like a year. I'm like, Mom, you saw me 3 weeks ago. Oh, here we go. I don't know what my dog's doing over there. Here she comes. Well, unfortunately, I can only spend like a couple hours with her next week, but I'm gonna try and see in my schedule. I might see if I can, before I leave in April, see if I can I'll just go steal my mom and bring her down here for a few days. She can stay with me for a few days. And I know she will enjoy that. It's kind of a pain in the ass because she can't get around very well. Like her trying to get in and out of my van is ridiculous. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably see if we can just take her van, like I'll drive up in the van and then see if we can drive her car back down here, because then she can get around a little bit better. Because she loves to like go out and go to breakfast and stuff, so which is fine when I go visit her because we just drive her car. But like, especially once I have put my lift kit in my van, she can't get up in and out of here. It's like, it ain't happening. But okay, well, that's gonna be it for today. I might see you guys tomorrow. It depends on if we go into the back country or not. Nothing wrong with going out to breakfast. No, I love doing it with her. Because we might go into the back country, but we'll see. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But yeah, that's gonna be it, everybody. See you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you, Raccoon.